Move it away.
I feel quite bad actually after what Tom wrote there. Said all that nice stuff about me. I have to rethink this one. But no, Hello, Pogger, good evening. I'm virtually fluent in Greek now. Yeah. So yeah, thanks again, Tom. Well done, mate. That was a great speech. You did say it'd be hard to follow, and you went wrong. But having said that, Alan and Tom, both being policemen, how did you not open with hello, hello, hello? Like, just in case there is the sweepstake going, stick me down for an hour and 23 minutes here. Hopefully you can all hear me. If not, the silence will tell you that there's nothing that you're missing out on. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever term you identify as these days, friends, family, hotel staff, plus ones, guests listening in, the moment we've all been waiting for, apart from me. And don't worry, Tom, I'm just as nervous as you are, right? Yeah. Firstly, I'd obviously like to thank you all for coming today and making Tom and Fran's wedding such a special and memorable occasion. I think we can all agree that it's been a fantastic day so far. It's already going down as the wedding of the two antennas, where the wedding was good, but the reception promises to be brilliant. It don't get much better than that. The setting obviously couldn't have been more picturesque, and I think it is a real testament to both Fran and Tom that you've all made the effort to be here. Having said that, it does always amaze me just how far people are willing to travel for a free bath. So. For those of you that don't know me, obviously Tom's introduced you now, I'm James, or Tomlin, and you've had no idea how much I've actually been looking forward to today. Because after all the years we've been friends, Tom has at last admitted that I'm in fact the best man. But I will let you all in on how Tom came to choose me. Firstly, he went to the smartest guy he knew. And when he turned him down, he went to the most handsome man he knew. And when he said no, he went to the most popular guy he knew. And after getting asked 3 times, I said, look, Tom, I'll do it, mate, I'll do it. I had been a best man before for my brother, so obviously I didn't know what Tom expected of me. And when he asked me to help him pick the ring, I thought he was trying to subtly tell me he had hemorrhoids, but... However, he did reassure me by saying that the best man is a lot like being on jury service. He said, you don't want to do it, but you gotta. Dress smart and be an upstanding member of the community for a few hours. But the only difference I noticed is that I didn't have a say in handing down the life sentence you received today, Tom. Yeah. But no, I must admit that why I am honoured to stand here before you all as best man today. Obviously, if I'm coming across as nervous, I do apologise. Like just before it all started, Tom did say, look, if you do a good job today, mate, there's every chance you'll be the best man at the next wedding. So. But anyway, let me tell you about the relationship I have with Tom. I've had the pleasure of being Tom's mentor and wingman now for 22 years. We met in the noughties. It was actually the millennium year at school, where Tom was introduced to me as Motorway, which, for those of you outside of our friendship group, is because Tom believes he has 2 hard shoulders. Anyone that wants to know more, I'll explain it. Fran knows. But yeah, we'd walk to school together in the mornings, throw conkers at other school pupils, fill Lucozade bottles with alcohol, sit in class together and steal people's bags. And yeah, when the day was done, we'd walk home, and I once witnessed Tom push another school pupil off the wall, smash an expensive bottle of shampoo. Yeah. As we moved into our late teens and took up different educational and career paths, we always stayed in touch. We went for late night road trips, bowling nights, and more importantly, hit the pubs and clubs with our collective group of lads known as the Fox Pack, who, yeah, I regret to inform are sadly still with us today. They're all over there. But with all the pubbing and clubbing, Tom's nickname changed to Scarecrow, simply because he'd always managed to scare away the birds. We did the traditional lads' holidays, where I witnessed Tom throw up on a horse and sing in the ghetto every chance he got in the karaoke bar. Yeah. At 22, like Tom said, we moved in together, for all in all 3.5 years. And I've got some great memories living with Tom. as he mentioned, he does drink quite a bit, and I came home once and found him trying to crawl into the fireplace. When I asked him what he was doing, he said, "Well, I'm trying to get to Diagon Alley." That's quite occasional, I mean. I also remember asking him to help us move the landlady's marble table, and he dropped it, and it smashed everywhere. And on the second occasion, he actually told our 80-year-old landlady why a screaming orgasm was better than a screaming baby. We chased mice around the flat at 1 in the morning. I think that was twice, because Tom had a habit of leaving food on the floor. Now, I'm particularly OCD on cleanliness, and well, at the time, Tom just wasn't. I remember actually coming home once from work, and he was scrubbing the kitchens. We're talking the worktops, absolutely everything. And I said, like, we got a last-minute inspection. He said, "No, I put some puddings on the hob and I fell asleep and went up in flames, filled the kitchen full of smoke." So,
rings a bell.
Yeah.
We all know about that.
But obviously, as you know, Tom's a policeman, and before marrying Fran today, he was married to the force. And he'd always recite the law to me, particularly whenever I happened to step out of line. I once borrowed an air rifle to shoot some pigeons that were nesting outside my bedroom window and kept cooing at 5 in the morning. And I'm there with a steady aim, trying to keep it, and Tom's reciting all the laws I'm breaking, and you know. But I remember once Tom told me that he caught a burglar kicking in his own door, but to avoid staying late for paperwork, he simply put down that he was working from home. I remember another occasion actually when Tom told me that he was being stationed at the Paralympics, the 2012 Paralympics, and I said, "Mate, that's what an amazing opportunity." He said, "Yeah, but I've heard the parking's going to be a bastard." Speaking of Tom's profession, it was only a few years ago that Tom learned why he failed to get into the police's medical department. When Tom was training for the medics, he'd set a timer on his phone and go and run 5 kilometres. And he had to achieve it in some sort of time, like under 25 minutes, it was something like that. And I came home once and saw it running, so I did the usual, pause it, came back to it and started it again, and yeah, Tom came home and thought he'd run 5 kilometres in something like 12 minutes, so I'll smash this, so I don't need to train for this anymore. And they couldn't work out on the day why he completely failed. Yeah, but so when was after that? Yeah. Oh, the other thing I used to do, and I think you're probably about to find this. Well, you're about to find this out now. Every Valentine's Day, I'd get one of the girls in the office to write a card. I'd get it stamped. I'd hand it at the back door, make it look legit, hand delivered. I'd go, "Oh, Tom, there's a card here for you." And I'd sit there watching the painful expression on his face as he tried to work out who it could possibly be. And I don't think he ever knew until probably this moment. But all good things must come to an end. And when I discovered at the general election that Tom was voting Tory, I just knew we were heading in different paths. But obviously, despite our work lives, being in different countries, we've still maintained our friendship to this day. And when we do see each other, it's exactly like old times. Tom's been an integral bad influence on 2/3 of my life now, so long may it continue. But seriously, in all the years I've known Tom, he hasn't changed one bit, still hasn't grown a beard, and still has the same baby face that gets in my need for alcohol.
Yeah.
I won't bore you with the events of the stag weekend, except to say thanks for all the lads for being there. I know Tom appreciated it, and we obviously all appreciate him choosing Edinburgh and not Syria that was on the cards. I'd obviously also like to thank you all for the sacrifices you made for that, and of course special thanks to the girls for giving the lads permission. Huh?
How long is it?
Tom told me, he texted me, going, "How long's your speech?" I said, "I don't really know." He said, "Oh, mine's about 10 minutes. I thought, there's no way Tom can speak for 10 minutes. But yeah, if you have any doubts as to what we got up to on the stag do, I can promise you everyone was well behaved. I don't know what our reputation is, but I had to pay the behavioural deposit fee everywhere I went. But we got it back, so...
It's true, we did.
But yeah, as Tom touched on, so him and Fran met through me, and I know what Tom's getting at, but I'm not a hero, like I'm really not. As he said, I was getting picked up from the Xbox night, and yeah, they exchanged numbers, and then, yeah, I think it was one night we sat down watching a film, I think it was Brokeback Mountain or something, and then Tom just slipped it in there, like, no pun intended, just slipped it in there that he was going on a date with Fran. Now, the phrase opposites attract never really resonated with me until Fran and Tom got together. I mean, Fran's demographic is NWA, Tom's is BNP. Fran likes 2-pack, and as far as pod's concerned, 2-pack is a Lego set that gives you 2 different things to build. But obviously, since that moment, their relationship went from strength to strength, and progressed even further when they achieved the milestone of getting their first house together. Now, in all the years I've known Tom, I never had him down as a handyman, but from what I can gather, the house needed quite a bit of DIY. Because whenever I asked him how he was getting on, he told me he was forever hanging doors, and that he and Fran were banging and screwing at every opportunity. But fast forward nearly 9 years, and we find ourselves here to witness the start of their new chapter as husband and wife. Tom, you don't need me to tell you that you're a very lucky man. You've married Fran today, and as you nicely so put it in your speech, she's beautiful, kind, caring, and seems to make you happier in ways that I never could. She deserves a good husband, and she has definitely found one. Fran, you look absolutely stunning today. I think everyone here would agree that the dress is a lovely change of pace from the trousers you usually wear. But no, honestly, I really wish I could have stood before you all today and ripped into Tom, but I generally can't. He's the nicest bloke I know. He's paid for more beers, breakfasts and curries over the years I can keep track of. He's as loyal as any dog, and he'll always be there for you even when times get rough. He's been my lead guitarist in our band on Guitar Hero, and together we completed 4 tours on Call of Duty. He's honest, trustworthy, hardworking, handsome. Jesus, Tommy, I don't know, it's atrocious. Compassionate, fair, and loyal, which are really hard qualities to find these days, especially in a policeman. Tom is quite a humble guy. He'd always described himself as indecisive, although now he's probably not so sure. He's my best mate, and I have every faith that today is just the start of many good things to come for the both of them. I really do hope you enjoy your trip to Wales. I assume that's where they're going, because when I asked Tom what his plans were for him and Fran after the wedding, he said, I'm going to bang her for a fortnight. So that's it for me. Pause for the signs. I'll close by saying, Tom, Fran, I wish you two all the best for the future as a married couple. Thank you for entrusting me to be your best man today. Tom, thanks for insisting on a 3-piece suit. When he was deciding on the outfit, he wasn't sure if he was walking down the aisle or the catwalk. On behalf of the bride and groom and myself, I'd like to thank you all for sharing their day, particularly those of you who've travelled long distances to be here. So if you'd like to raise a glass to Tom and Fran. Tom and Fran.
Thank you.
Yeah,